as it's been created intentionally as a classroom metaverse experience. It is a virtual world and classroom where teachers and students can interact with each other via their custom avatars. This is great for both in-classroom use if you're wanting to experiment with new ways of having small group instruction and collaboration, as well as if you're teaching however you would like, depending on how big your class is. And whenever you're ready to begin class, you can change it from discussion mode to lecture mode, which moves the students back to their seats and you can begin your lesson. And from there, you can share your screen or your slides or your webcam and then work through your lesson. To get students collaborating, you can create these breakout room scenarios, and these breakout rooms are way cooler than anything that you're gonna find on Zoom. This is great for just giving students an alternative environment to collaborate in. Throughout your lesson, you can have short checks for understanding to see if the students are tracking with the lesson or if there's anything that you may need to stop and spend a little more time on.
Is it also spoken? Is it material that you interact with and confirm that you're learning? We know that not everyone learns just visually or auditorily, that they also learn from kinetic interaction, and so having more immersive kinetic experiences that gets them engaged enhances their learning outcomes as well. When you talk about immersive learning,
which allows people to dissect frogs. And if you've ever experienced this as a child in the real world, in biology, where you had to cut open frogs, that is not the best experience you will ever have. And actually you can translate this really well into the metaverse and using augmented reality.
The sun. In augmented reality app, nothing is impossible. Dinosaurs, space bodies, chemical compound into. With AR, you can manipulate object by the hand gestures and can visually gauge the size, shape, and position of the objects. Seeing the shapes in 3D, making cross sections can help build much more solid knowledge than reading books. Complete picture of the object. Interactivity also gives a higher degree of autonomy to the students. They can study the subject choosing their own scenario instead of following the prescribed one. In addition to the greater engagement, interactive AR apps gives students the feeling of freedom and control over the learning process.
Welcome to this mountain. People are cutting down trees on my island and I don't like it. Will you help me replant trees here? So you can kind of run around through this experience, like there's little like lemurs jumping around. Let's interact here, see what this is. I'm a black blue-eyed lemuridae, but only the boys are actually black. So you can see like some fun facts. You can see this is kind of like a learning experience. And then we have this sidebar when we're in this land where we can learn more about what this is all about.
Our goal is essentially bringing in these connections, global connections, that solve local and global issues together. And so through these connections, you are able to build your avatar. You have an opportunity to build virtual collaboration, find and post jobs, as well as explore and trade resources. So in this space, it is really different because it looks very gamified. It gives us a chance to go in as these avatars and go in and connect in these virtual spaces.